Hi, I'm Michelle Barker, and I am the facilitator for your course, SEI 506. Welcome to week one. I hope everyone's had a great week so far. I know I have. I'm in Georgia, Atlanta, and so the Braves won World Series. I'm all excited about that. So anyhow, in this video, I will preview some week one information and highlight some of the court cases and the terms pertaining to ELs. Okay, so in this course, you're going to see SEI a lot, and it can get a little confusing. You've got the main one, SEI, which stands for Structured English Immersion, and this is mainly an instructional program for ELs that is specific to the state of Arizona. Now, this week, we're going to learn a lot more about cases and the SEI program in Arizona. But it's not the same as sheltered English instruction, which is something else that we will be learning about throughout the course. So try not to get them confused. Just remember, structured English immersion is Arizona, and sheltered is everywhere. So this week, for week one, the learning activities, there are quite a few activities to look at. This SEI/EL terminology will be really important. There's a lot of terms that are very specific for EL. For English language learners. So I kind of recommend either saving this to your desktop or printing it out if you like to print. All right, the next thing in the week one learning activities is this week one discussion. It's all the way down at the bottom, and there's a video in here, and it's kind of long. It's about 45 minutes long, but it does a good job, and it gives a lot of good information for teachers who have long-term ELs who seem to speak English just fine, but struggle to exit due to their lack of academic language. So, if you have time, it is a good video, especially if you do have students like this, it can be very helpful. So now I want to take a look at this week's discussion question. Okay, so this link here is really fun. If you love data, this is your link. I played a lot with this link. So, there's a lot of good information in here, but if you really scroll further down towards the end, you get this map, this interactive map, and you can just find anything. Like, here's my state. I can find my county. There it is. And I can see all the information I need to kind of explain things. Further down even more, you keep scrolling down. Here we go. There's this graph with all the different languages, like especially the second language. It's pretty fascinating. All right, so the last thing I want to discuss is our summative assessment for the week, okay? And for this, it's worded a little strange. I'm going to scroll down a bit. So you notice this list here. Well, you have to select a court decision, a federal law, and a state law. So you have to pick three. So you have to pick one of each. The Arizona ones are all state laws that deal with Arizona specifically, of course, and they are mainly laws that have shaped the SEI program in Arizona. Okay, so now we'll go over some of the federal laws. And of course, they're all acronyms. You have ESSA, of course, which is basically, it replaced No Child Left Behind. It just updates it. As far as EL is concerned, it's pretty much the same, just different details. Then you have Title III that only pertains to EL funding. And then there's Title VI, which deals with the race, color, and national origin of students. All right, then there's court cases. So these court cases, I find them pretty interesting myself. The first one is Lau versus Nichols. This basically says that ELs need to have an equitable education, which means that the information needs to be comprehensible. Instruction should be comprehensible. Basically, it means that students who, if they don't understand, the teacher needs to do what they can to make sure that it's comprehensible to the student so that they can understand. So what an EL student might be doing in class may look different, but they're working towards the same skill, but it's at their level or a little bit above. Okay, then you have, and I know I'm going to say this wrong, so if you speak Spanish, please forgive me. Canceneda versus Picard. This is basically stating that EL programs must be research-based. This being that you cannot have a one-size-fits-all approach to EL instruction because there's so many different types of communities and types of populations. And so if we can tailor our EL programs towards our population, then we can best serve them. And what you're going to find in this class, of course, is there are a lot of different programs and a lot of different ways that we can serve ELs. Okay, then there's Pyler versus Doe. This essentially states that undocumented students are entitled to an education. Schools do not ask for that information, and they're going to be educated. And last but not least, Flores versus Arizona is another funding in Arizona law, okay, or it's a court case. I hope that this has been helpful to you as an overview for our class for this week. If you have any questions, just post the message. And weekly on Thursday nights, starting tomorrow, I will hold a kind of a question and answer session. I'll be available. I will post the link. It will probably be on Zoom because I'm most comfortable with Zoom. And basically, I'm just going to answer any questions you guys have. I'll be available for that. But you can also, like I said in my introduction message, text me or post messages if you need anything. And I will be on Zoom tomorrow night between 9:30 and 10 Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. We're still in Daylight Savings Time in Georgia here. So that's it. Have a great week. And I look forward to learning more about everyone.